Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay, Borderlands 3 DLC, and Riot's Project A. Let's talk. What up, viewers? What up? What up? Today is Friday, February 28th, and that means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. Like I said in my cold open, Baldur's Gate 3 at PAX East, Larian Studio, the company behind Divinity Original Sin, they had an hour of gameplay, and they just brought him up. They just brought up the head of the studio, and he talked through while they went through about an hour of gameplay. I haven't watched the whole video. But I saw the turn-based combat, which the Baldur's Gate series is. I wouldn't say it wasn't ever turn-based, but it was somewhat real-time, and so some people are a little bit upset about the full turn-based, but I'm not upset about that. They actually had key decisions being made with a physical roll of the die. You can actually see the result. I thought that was actually a really cool touch for a Dungeons and Dragons game, because the game is based in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, which I have played quite often. So that was also cool when they were going through the background and the character creation. I could definitely see the 5th edition influence there, and so I was really excited for that. I am still very excited for Baldur's Gate 3. I saw an article talking about Stadia exclusivity and why they're going that route, and they just think that modern game consoles can't really support the fully fleshed out version that they are imagining, and that they would have to kind of build down graphics settings that they don't want to do that with. So they are sticking with the PC kind of Stadia exclusivity. But yeah, I'm still very excited about Baldur's Gate. There's a demo that's going to be available soon, so if you want to pick up that demo, I'll have a link down in the description below giving you all that information. Borderlands 3 DLC, in this gaming drought that we've had in the first quarter of the year, Borderlands is starting to look a lot more enticing as new DLC is coming out. This one's Cthulhu based, so it should be really fun. Since there's not much to play, I'm starting to eye Borderlands 3 and say, hey, maybe I should go back and play some of the DLCs that I missed, and this might be a good opportunity for me to jump back in. So yeah, if you're interested in the Borderlands 3 DLC, and they had a 2K also had a roadmap, or Gearbox also had a roadmap of upcoming features. So if you're interested to see what those are all about, I'll have a link down in the description below. Riot's Project A had a leak, and so I'm going to take this with a grain of salt, that the new game is going to be called Valorant. That's Valorant. Again, taking it with a grain of salt, but it's kind of fits with the theme that they're going for a lot of the times with the Riot projects. We learned about Project A back in October of last year, with Riot announcing that they're working on a first-person shooter and a card game, and so this is the first kind of big next piece of information that we've learned about the game. There's also some character information of what the characters are going to look like. We've seen the same 15-second clip of gameplay. At least that's all I've seen of actual gameplay. So this is kind of the next logical step. But unfortunately, it's coming from a leak, and so we can't really trust the source necessarily. Rockstar, the publisher of GTA and Bully and all the greatest and Red Dead Redemption and all the greatest games of all time, Rockstar changed up its logo, which has led people to speculate whether or not there's a announcement coming up soon. So my running bet is somewhere between GTA 6 and Bully 2. I know they were doing something with the Bully assets a while back. I saw a couple articles, so I'm kind of leaning towards Bully 2 before we get a full-on GTA, although GTA 5 is now 7 years old, if I remember, 2013. So we could be due for another GTA, but I'm still hedging my bets on Bully 2, since I think that would be an easier project to kind of get us out of the way, kind of low-hanging fruit. But it could be GTA 6 or something that I'm not thinking of, Red Dead Redemption 3, I don't know. So let me know what you think the game could be, if you think there's going to be a game, and whether or not, and what that game might be, down in the comment section. Xbox Series X, anytime Phil Spencer opens his mouth, I got to talk about it. No, but there was a lot of promises made this week about what we got. A lot of information about what the Xbox Series X will be. We got it in all of its 12 teraflop glory. I'm still a little shaken up that teraflops are now the metric that we grade consoles on, but yes, the Xbox Series X will have 12 teraflops, which is like processing power. Someone's got to tell me what teraflops are again, because it's slipping my mind. But there's also going to be backwards compatibility. It'll have ray tracing, a bunch of big features that you would expect in a next-gen console. Xbox is already talking about it, which is kind of leaving us questioning what's PlayStation doing. So, at least Xbox is being vocal on talking about their game. But the one thing that no one's talking about is price point, which is going to be a major factor in the next console cycle. The concerns about the coronavirus have been affecting the gaming industry, but this time it's happening to the Game Developers Conference. So GDC saw two of its biggest exhibitors drop out. So I believe it was Microsoft and it was Epic Games have now backed out of GDC. This is, there was a bunch more previously limited games, a couple other big developers. So this is, I'm leaning to the question of whether or not GDC is going to be canceled out entirely. I kind of don't see that happening. I think you'll still have a lot of the indie devs. I think Bethesda backed out of it. But yeah, so the coronavirus is really starting to affect a lot of events. Tangent is whether or not one of the tangents is that I've thought of today, or that was brought up when I was talking about the coronavirus today at work, was how it might affect the Olympics. So yeah, coronavirus is affecting a lot of industries, and it is affecting the video game industry as well. Yeah. Speaking of the coronavirus, I spoke a couple weeks ago about Plague Inc. I think it's a mobile game, or maybe it's a PC game, where you can design a disease and see how it runs its course. Back when I was talking about it, the developers of the game, Endemic, I think was the name of the company, they said that this is not the way that our game was meant to be used, and it's not a scientific model, and it is not meant to tell you how the coronavirus is going to run its course. Well, now it's hitting the news that it has been banned in China for, quote, being illegal. So I don't quite have the details on what that means, but I assume that people in China were using it too much, or China's government stepped in to try and maybe shut down some false information that's maybe coming out of Plague Inc. So that's happening. Whether or not that's a good or bad thing, hash it out nicely in the comment section below. Moving along, the Doomslayer collection. So if you are as excited for Doom Eternal as I am, the Doomslayer collection could be a way to catch up on everything that is Doom, going back to 1993. For $10, I believe, you get Doom 1, 1993, you get Doom 2, you get the 2004 edition of Doom 3. I think you even get a disc of Doom 2016, and a controller skin as well. I don't remember everything you're getting, but for like $10, you're getting all this stuff. So if you want to catch up on Doom, all of the Doom lore that you've missed over the years, before you play Doom Eternal on March 20th, this might be a perfect collection for you. I think I rented it, Doom 2016, so it'd be cool to have a disc somewhere around here. So speaking of older games, we saw the Resident Evil 3 side-by-side comparison this week. I always like these videos, just especially with how prominent remasters and remakes are these days. Seeing the old and new, it ages you. It makes you think of how far we've come, but it was really cool. So Resident Evil 3 came out in 1999, and so 21 years of progress on graphics. Graphics have changed over the course of the past 2 decades, and so it kind of showed side by side the audio comparison and how like mechanical and weird it felt back then, and then the current day, third person kind of shooter vibes that you're getting, kind of like Resident Evil 2 was, which reminds me that I need to go back and finish Resident Evil 2 because I never finished that game. But yeah, Resident Evil is dropping in early April, so yeah, looking forward to playing that as well. Blizzard is talking about Diablo 4 and what kind of improvements they want to make in the next game. They want to make it more couch cooperative, better cooperative elements. A lot of times in like Diablo 3, it was really hard to play, I believe, couch co-op, although I played it fine couch co-op, but they're trying to improve the co-op experience. And then the interface was definitely something that could have used work in the last game. I think some of this is coming from the fact that, you know, unlike Diablo 3, Diablo 4 is being made for console and PC at the same time, as opposed to Diablo 3, which was launched on PC and then later brought to console. So the fact that they're running side by side means that you're going to have more. You're going to need to think about how is it going to fit into a controller, how is it going to be compatible with current current gen consoles, and so that kind of thinking probably is going to lead to a lot of UI improvements. Last but certainly not least, Dark Pictures Anthology is starting to talk more about their next game. So this is the Man from Medan, or Medan was the last title in the series. It's like a horror kind of Until Dawn feeling. I don't remember if it's by the same Supermassive. I don't know if it's by the same company, Supermassive, but it's like a 2-hour experience of like running around and trying to survive a horror story. And so the next one is called Little Hope, and it should be coming out this summer. So I definitely know what I'm going to be playing with me and a group of friends in Spooktober, September, October time frame. It's definitely because we had a blast playing the last one. It was really fun. We didn't do multiple playthroughs. I would have liked to play that multiple times to see about different endings, but our first playthrough was fun, enjoyable, and if it's the same $25 model for the story, and the multiplayer was really well integrated, it had its defined pass the controller moments, so it was really well thought out, and I enjoyed the video. We actually showed like a bunch of streamers playing it and all of the jump scares and how much fun it could be played multiplayer. So yeah, Dark Pictures Anthology. We don't have an exact date, but Dark Pictures Anthology Little Hope is coming this summer. So pick that up if you're interested in cooperative multiplayer horror games. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this content. If you do, follow, like, and subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch. Links down in the description below. Any signs of support, any comments, I read all the comments. So, you know, any signs of support that you can show that you appreciate this as much as I enjoy making this, then goes a long way, and it really lifts my spirits and makes me feel happy about it. So, thanks again. Hope you have a super day. Hope you have a super weekend. Enjoy your your extra day. Enjoy your leap year day. Hope you have a super weekend. Hope you have a super day. Goodbye. Bye.